Well, g'day guys, and welcome back to the channel, and once again welcome back to Donegal. And we are at Narin Beach, which is actually where one of the park runs is held. And it looks like we were actually hoping to do this at some point, but just time got away from us. And it looks like a stunning area to do a beach. Now, don't get me wrong, Portrush is also a very...
Sorry, itchy ankle.
Portrush is also a very nice beach, as you know, to do park run. But I think this looks like it would be a stunning one as well.
I think this actually rivals it.
Some of it surrounded by the Donegal mountains as well. So absolutely beautiful. And once again, you know, a day like today, just driving along the roads. Wow, 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 guys. The Wild Atlantic Way. Not too shabby. And of course, the weather is always like this. Always. Beautiful. It's a pretty stunning area, it really is.
I'm a bit gutted today because we were hoping to do Errigal this week, I think we mentioned, but with my injuries we can't. And look at the weather we would have got.
Today would have been a perfect day, no wind, reasonably calm conditions, lovely and sunny overhead.
Mild, yeah. But still, we get to see this instead.
We do. So we're going to go for a bit of a dander. And I reckon there's...
And look what else. I found a pound coin on the beach.
And you know, the biggest, longest stretch of beach known to man, an old magpie here finds a £1 coin. Put that towards our cake fund.
Now if only I could find it like a bag of gold or something, it would be a bit more useful.
Or a leprechaun.
Well, he's not going to do much, is he? He's going to just take up space in the van.
True that. So we spotted that there looks to be a little island that's accessible at low tide. So, you know, Nicola and her fear of missing out.
Now I'm getting a bit anxious that the tide will cut us off.
Yeah, I think we're fine. So we're going to wander across. I don't even know what the name of the island is. I'll stick the name up below here. Yeah, go have an explore. Do you reckon they've got a coffee shop on there?
Like a door without a key.
We are the king of our own island.
Yay!
Of course, we didn't bring any supplies just in case we do get cut off.
Oh, don't say that. And you know what? If we'd been doing Errigal, we wouldn't have been able to do this.
Exactly, silver linings.
Yes.
There's all kind of danger going on here. Beware incoming tide and beware the bull. Trapped on a tidal island with a bull and no coffee. And Nicola.
I hear you.
How I wish it wasn't true. And how I
So guys, we found out this is actually called Inishkeel, a monastic site. So obviously this is the ruins of the monastery up ahead. So we'll go and have a quick gander in. Sadly, no coffee shops. Hello, monks making monkish drinks.
Mead.
Yeah, it's not good for you. We've all seen a picture of me before. We don't need to see that again. I'll go on. Oof, it's bad for you.
So this maybe would have been a churchyard up here.
Oh yes, it looks like there are gravestones up here.
Yeah. There you go. Inishkeel actually gives you some information.
Ooh.
So apparently the site was developed in the 6th century and there are 2 churches, I think, and a graveyard.
Oh yeah, it was St Connell's and St Mary's, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. How do you know that? You just read that, didn't you?
I'm special, me. And one of the absolute pleasures of travelling is just coming across little... I think we've said this before, you know, you often, whenever you travel, you've got the major places that you want to visit, and you're heading down, and this was one of the places we wanted to pull into. I had no idea this was here. And you get to kind of explore this. It's just really beautiful. I always picture back in the day, the monks here, and big stormy weather, high tides, not being able to get across. More of that meat action. It's really nice. And this is definitely up Nicola Street. You know her and her old ruins. So there's a chance that this next thing Nicola's going to read is going to make her cry. Especially when she spots the surname.
Oh, Cook.
And then the wee line at the very bottom.
Still together after 64 years.
Told you. Not a bad place to have your ashes or whatever sprinkled as well. Really beautiful. And I think just off camera, Nicola just said, I could have climbed Errigal. No, we're being sensible. We're being sensible. Probably next clip you'll get us is stuck up Errigal in the wind or something. But yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Cook, or Mr. and Mrs. Cook. Nope, Nicola's still crying. You can probably hear that on the mic.
Oh yeah, still snuffling away.
Look at this here, that's beautiful. Stunning.
Like a man without a name.
Let's see whether you can make out the year of that there, about 1763. Goodness me. Absolutely beautiful. Back across.
Need to go and look at the other church.
Of course you do. And in very typical Irish fashion, the sun has departed and it's starting to spit with rain. It's what gives us the green and makes our whiskey taste so good. I'd love to have VR glasses that filled in the gaps and seen what it was like back in the day.
Would have been quite small churches then, but I guess there wouldn't have been a huge amount of people around.
No, and they're all very small in those days as well.
You don't know that. That's lovely. It's worth coming
Definitely
over.
worth coming over. And as I
Definitely worth the
say,
walk.
come here on a Saturday and do the park run. Looks like last week 14 people did it. So a nice little small one, and then they go for coffee afterwards. In fact, there are a few park runs in this area that if you were here for a couple of weeks and you're into your running, it's worthwhile ticking those off. Yeah, we'll wander back across to the van, and I hear there's a cup of tea in our future.
Cold November rain. Like a man without a name. Like
Good
a
old
song
staple of beans on toast. We haven't moved very far actually. We came back to the van, the rain came on, we had a cup of tea, and then we thought, should we just chill out here for a while and have lunch here? Why not? So the good old staple of beans on toast.
I'll need you on buttering duty in a second.
Oh, I'm on buttering duty. 2 minutes. The simple things in life are sometimes the best. And yes, beans on toast with brown sauce. It's got to be. Right, catch up after lunch. This one's already getting, you know this, go over here, guys.
You can't wait for food.
Nope,
Come on, get on with it.
We have been told. Yeah, so really good place to stay here. Also seen that there's a recycling point. No plastic recycling though in Ireland as far as I can tell. But plenty of glass recycling, other bits and pieces, and aluminium. And rubbish bins with an opening bigger than this, which was quite good. So it's definitely a good place to while away a few hours. So that's us fed and watered. And now we're going to carry on south. Nicola just fed a little robin and it's out there eating as well. So yeah, beautiful. Just a shame it's not Saturday and we could have done park run. Right, onward. Look at this for views. Fantastic place to have a picnic as well. So this is just actually driving out of the little park up that we just had. If you fancied a picnic spot with a view, look at that. Stunning. That is beautiful. And I see now the little island that we were on has now been cut off by the incoming tide. Tell you what though, that wind has got up and it's pretty chilly now. Right, onward. It's a magical mystery tour. One of the things I love about Donegal is no matter how many little sort of random avenues you head down, you always come across a caravan site, or quite often just random bungalows just plonked in the middle of the hillside.
Looks like the sea's quite a long way away.
Good to stretch our legs. Just think of the extra calories we can eat with that cake later on.
Very true.
Trannoor beach. which again might not be much cop, but we just thought as we were driving down, the roads around here are definitely
Sketchy.
very, very tiny. What I noticed the last time that we were doing the Wild Atlantic Way was, unlike the NC 500 where there's really just one road and you can get kind of stuck behind, especially if you're in a bigger vehicle, the Wild Atlantic Way will quite often follow quite close to the little tiny roads. So
Yeah, don't come on these roads in anything bigger than, what would you say, 6?
yeah, 6 metre, anything 6 metre, anything over 6 metre, and you're going to really struggle with some of the little switchbacks and stuff. So on the little tiny roads, but not too shabby.
Oh, I see a dog.
Living its best life. Nicola doesn't like that term, which is why I use it little and often. What's really impressive, and Nicola just mentioned it off camera, about the beaches around here, they're all absolutely huge. Really hard sand as well. So if you're into your beach running at all, the only thing about this place is they call it a car park. It's not really a car park, it's just a little pull-in up a dead-end road. So in the summer months,
Half a dozen cars and it'd be full, I reckon.
this place would be
Yeah.
completely mobbed for access. I say there is a caravan site open in season as well around here, but yeah, the size of the beaches are just very impressive. And yeah, nice hard sand to run on. If only we didn't keep injuring ourselves. We've now been walking across this beach for 14 hours.
So clear, the water.
Oh, you're going to go for another dip?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Yes. If you
I
would have
think I'll
watched,
wait and just get some peas from your mum's freezer when we're back.
I think if you had watched last week's video, you would have seen Nicola's been trying to sort of solve her ankle and calf problems by dipping into the ocean. And let's just say that even though this lady sea dipped how many days?
225 consecutive days in Northern Ireland.
I think you've lost that.
Yeah, but that was built up over time, whereas now I just put my little toe in and I squeal.
Oh, look at the light. Oh, it's beautiful. This beach is incredible. What a stunning find. Wow.
Just don't, make sure you don't get cut off. We just wandered around that other side there
Yeah.
and the sea's actually coming in quite quick. We nearly got cut off.
Wow. And apart from a dog walker and one other lady, we have it all to ourselves.
Beautiful.
Thank you, I am. Oh, we've just spotted pretty big rain clouds coming through. So
Approaching very quickly.
we have quickened our pace somewhat. Back to the van and mosey on. Actually, I think it's going more
Oh, is it going that way?
sidewards. So
Uh-uh.
he says, back to the van.
Oh, somebody just fell down a dune.
There you go.
Not that we're rushing to help or anything. Oh, they're up again. They're all right.
Yes. No rescues needed. Come on, where's your TikTok face?
Oh, hang on. Have I got to take a selfie?
Duck face, duck face. Hang on, we need to super zoom in, duck face. There he is, duck face. But remember, no dancing on this channel.
If I danced on this, I'd likely to fall in.
That's very true. Now after all that, do we know what this waterfall's called?
Not a clue.
Haven't got a Scooby-Doo. But you know us. So this is a little, again, it's one of those roads that kind of snakes in off the main Wild Atlantic Way route. And we're kind of making our way now down towards Malin Beg in the Sleeve League area. And we haven't been on this little road before. Normally we bypass it and just head straight on down, but It's stunning, and again, it's another one of those massive big sort of tidal range areas as well. So, and this would be a really good place to park up overnight, apart from the fact we are completely in the shade, and there's not really any hiking or anything to do. It's just, and there's no view as well. But yeah, what's happening now?
What are they?
I don't know. Well, we had our attention for all of about 2 minutes. I think they may be memorials to something, are they? I'm not quite sure what this bad boy is as well. Some sort of totem pole.
Oh,
Again, don't come.
Sorry, were you talking?
No.
Oh, they are.
Memorials, yeah. Yeah. Very sad. But again, what that's for and what that waterfall's called, don't come to this channel for information. Come for tea and cake. We had some more fantastic cherry cake again. Back in the van, and we have about a 45-minute to an hour's journey down towards Malin Beg. But yeah, beautiful. So what Nicola doesn't realise is we've driven this pretty remote, pretty sketchy road because I wanted her to come and take a look at a property that I'm thinking of buying. Here we are, we fixer-upper folks, we fixer-upper.
You're probably talking about the tin shed, aren't you? Not the White House.
Well no, I've got my little studio, got the whole thing. Isn't that what van lifers are doing these days? They're ditching vans and going off and doing renovation projects.
Not
I tell you what, if we started a YouTube channel doing a renovation project, it would be the most comedic channel on the internet. It really would.
And dangerous, because don't ever follow what we
Never.
do, ever.
Right, so that's a no-go then, yeah?
That's an absolute no chance.
To be honest, there's no reception, so yeah. Oh well. Last little look at it, eh?
It's nowhere for my alpacas.
It's got a shot.
Yeah, but they've got to be fenced in. Can't let them roam the hills.
Don't fence me in. So we are making our way down to Malin Beg, where I think we'll park tonight. We were thinking of parking here, which is about a 10-minute walk from Malin Beg. Very nice and everything. And some stunning views of the sea stacks around here. Really, really beautiful. Not sure whether you can see our van as well. Does it blend in beside the little fisherman's cottage? Can we get a postcode for here? Yeah, I think some people do stay here, but it looks a bit cut up with the wet weather, so I don't really want to cause any more damage to the grass. So we'll probably just head down to the Malin Beg car park, which actually does give you access to the beach.
Beautiful.
It's stunning.
It's beautiful.
What an absolutely gorgeous place. And I was just saying, our van fits in well beside the little fisherman's cottage, so yeah.
Very nice. Very
indeed.
nice.
All it needs is a cake shop. Beautiful evening out there, but I think the sun is just disappearing behind some clouds, so I think it's time to get this one fed.
I've already been feeding myself while you've been out.
Happy
A
days.
little snack.
Snack it. And we're actually another go-to dish that we do quite a lot in the van. Very easy, just cook up some pasta and then
Ward off all the vampires with the amount of garlic Nigel likes in it.
absolutely garlic and tomato in olive oil with a wee bit of chilli. Then throw your cooked pasta in, mush it all together, and then grate over a little bit of Parmigiano, and away you go. That's the plan.
And you can guarantee nobody will come near you for a week after eating it.
No change there then. I'm just looking out on the horizon, actually some stunning light with some weather moving through. Oh, beautiful. Right, let's get cooking. Bon appetit.
Merci.
Aren't you learning Portuguese at the moment?
Obrigada.
Get in my belly! Good morning, you.
Me? Why are you recording this early in the morning?
She's only had one cup of tea. She hasn't even had that.
One sip of
hasn't
tea.
had a sip, so we'll quickly cut her out. Not a bad view though, is it? Chill out with a cuppa. Have a nice relaxing start to the day. Try to wind this one up.
You wind me up all the time.
What a relaxing start to the morning, eh guys? Well, good morning again, guys. Quite a blustery night in the van. Thankfully it was kind of pushing from the front, so it wasn't too rocky. A little bit of rain overnight as well. But a beautiful place to wake up. And obviously no one around apart from the sheep. And actually a couple of chuffs circling above the headland as well. So this is actually our final day here in Donegal. As we said in last week's video, quite a short trip this time, but we've actually done quite a lot in a relatively short distance. This area is beautiful. We have explored parts of it before, but some of it for us has been new as well. Stunning, and if you're thinking of coming, I'll link at the end actually our Wild Atlantic Way vlogs. If you've never done the Wild Atlantic Way before, highly recommend it, even if you can't do the full thing. You know, this area, Donegal, is beautiful. We loved Achill Island and of course down in Kerry as well, but if you have got the time to do it justice, to do the whole thing, then absolutely. And as I said, there seems to be a lot more acceptance, let's just say, to vans. Now maybe in the height of summer, although as I said yesterday, we did it during the height of season and we still didn't really come across any particular issues, so big thumbs up on the Wild Atlantic Way. Just remember, very little in the way of bins. Well, I'm going to wander back to the van. I think it's time for second coffee and some breakfast. And then we're going to try to make the most of the last sort of day here on the west coast before we hightail it back over to the parents' house. Stunning, beautiful here. That sun's just about to pop up over the headland as well, so nice. Right, let's see whether Nicola's ready. Oh, I just heard a chuff. Just flying back. Red beaks, red legs, chuffs. That was a good place to stay. No one has arrived yet, so had the whole place to ourselves overnight and this morning. Nice relaxed morning. The wind's definitely a bit chilly out there, so but we're now going to just carry on. We've got about another hour's worth of sort of sights in various beaches and little pull-ins to do. We're quite close to Slieve League, but we're not going to go there. We have been there before, albeit we didn't go up onto the cliffs, but I think the car park is something like €5 for 2 hours, and given the fact that we've been there before, and I don't even think the visitor centre is open until April, so.
Oh really?
Right, onward. This one's had 2 cups of tea, so she might be a little bit.
I'm still not functioning.
Oh, I love it here.
It is really pretty.
Yeah, just us and the sheep and the chuffs.
Yeah, it was a bit windy and rainy, kept waking me up in the night, but apart from that, it was really quiet.
Yeah, good stuff. Right, let's go. Anything to see?
Huh?
Huh? Anything to see?
Oh, no. And my hands are freezing.
It's
Should have
rather
put my
nippy up
gloves
here.
on.
So this is Muckross Head we're at the moment, which actually in hindsight probably would have been a slightly better place to stay than in Malin Beg. So I was actually looking for the I can never say that, sign that they have painted along the coast of the Wild Atlantic Way, not realising that I'm actually standing on it, and apologies in advance because that's probably quite windy, but if I point that way it's going to be very bright. But yeah, so should have brought the drone. Well guys, that's our little tour of Donegal done and dusted. We've actually crossed the border back over into Northern Ireland now as we make our way back to my parents' driveway.
Yes, very sad that it was all over so quick. It was so beautiful where we were.
Yeah.
Can't believe we hadn't been there before.
I know, a lot of that area we hadn't been before, and we kept saying to each other, why didn't we make the most of it? But isn't that always the case? But we're glad we discovered some new areas, and especially that Muckross Head. That looks like a fantastic place to watch. It looks like they get some fantastic wildlife down there. So, but yeah, it's been a good couple of days for you guys, a couple of weeks exploring Donegal. Now, next week, it's our last week in Ireland, all being well.
Yes, I'm having my new crown fitted on Tuesday.
Isn't she just a princess?
And I just cannot... I'm dreading it because if it goes wrong, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do because we're meant to be leaving the week after.
We're leaving her here, folks. We're leaving her here. But yeah,
so keep your fingers crossed for me.
Back to Mum and Dad's. I hear there might be a bit of a jaunt up into Belfast for St Patrick's Day.
That's the day before my tooth, so mustn't drink too much.
Oh, and as always, there's always a car. Always a car. We'll let this person clear off first of all. Anyway, guys. There's crows as well. We hope you have enjoyed these last couple of weeks bimbling around Donegal. If you haven't done the Wild Atlantic Way before,
do it.
Get it on your list.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. As I say, a link after the video, our Wild Atlantic Way playlist.
Everyone was so friendly actually.
Really
we met a lot of local people and everybody waves. They're just so lovely.
Don't understand what anyone says, but all very friendly. Right guys, well once again, thanks a lot for following along, and until next time, probably this one here in a dentist chair. Take care. Bye-bye.